Hello again, welcome back to the Trainer's Kitchen. Tonight is low carb pancake night. This is one of my favorite recipes of all time, which is a low carb coconut flour based pancake. And I give Michelle Tam all the credit for this from Nom Nom Paleo. Michelle, I love your recipes. Now, I have given this recipe away for years to clients, and I get the same feedback again and again and again. The pancake recipe looks great, but they never seem to turn out. They turn out mushy or they get burnt. It turns out that cooking with coconut flour is much different than wheat flour, which is far more forgiving than coconut flour. The trick to these pancakes is you have to cook them low and slow as far as temperature, and I actually found that covering them with a lid is quite helpful. Now, if you want the recipe for these pancakes, I want you to check out the link to Michelle's website below this video. And now my biggest advice about her recipe is follow the instructions and ingredient measurements very carefully. Now it's time to fast forward to where I'm going to mix together all the ingredients and give further instructions from there. So here's all the ingredients you'll need for these pancakes. The most common mistake that I hear reported from clients when I ask them about how their pancake experiment went is that they ended up using this kind of coconut, which I don't want you to use, and instead you need to get the thicker coconut milk that comes in a can or similar container. Now this pancake recipe is one of those classic recipes where you have to mix all the dry ingredients in one bowl and all the wet ingredients in the other, and then you mix them up, and right before you're ready to cook, you will combine them. And by the way, with the extra coconut milk, which you will have for this recipe, I advise that you store it in a glass jar or a glass container and use it for something like oatmeal or smoothies or more pancakes, and it should stay good for about a week. Now, of course, for the mixing job, you need the right tool for the job. Use a whisk, not a fork or spoon. Now here's another special note. When you whisk the wet ingredients, make sure that banana is completely liquefied, or else you're going to get banana chunks. A universal secret to all pancakes, whether they be gluten-free, flour-free, or just traditional, is you have to heat up the pan and melt some butter in it before you put the batter in the skillet. And you'll notice that for this pancake recipe, I'm turning my temperature to low-medium, which is a big key to success. Pancakes are such a yummy food, but honestly, who feels great after eating a 5-stack at IHOP or a similar restaurant? Nobody. Imagine, if you get this recipe down, you'll have access to guilt-free pancakes whenever you wish. Okay, this butter is starting to sizzle, so it's ready for the batter. So this is a double batch, by the way. This recipe stays very well in the fridge for about a week because it's not made of flour, it's made out of coconut flour. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoop about this much. And another key to this recipe is when you make your pancakes, they have to be about this size right here. So I'm going to go ahead and make 4 of those on here, and that will be the first round. So these pancakes are going now, and a secret I found to this particular recipe is I'm going to go ahead and cover them and check on them in a few minutes. Now as you can see here, there are bubbles starting to form on the top of the pancakes. With traditional pancakes, this would mean it's time to flip them, but not with these. In order to flip these pancakes, you need to have quite a few bubbles, and then you need to test it. So by testing it here, it's still very liquidy, which means it needs more time. So I'm going to cover these, and I might even reduce the temperature. Low and slow is the key. Alright, so check out these pancakes. I would describe how the tops are starting to dry a bit. That is when they're ready to flip. Now, it's not always easy to flip these. They need to be worked a little bit like this in order for you to accomplish this task. You get under it and you flip. That's about perfect for this pancake. And here is the first batch of pancakes all done. So notice how they look. If ever in doubt with this recipe,
Turn down the temperature, cover with the lid, and be patient.
And there you have it. There is my pancake recipe of choice, and this is the right way to make it. So hopefully you found this helpful, and enjoy some Nom Nom Paleo Pancakes by Michelle.